Now, the population question is a very interesting one, to me at least, because a lot of people say, well, one of the things that will be different going forward is that over the last 100 years, the population has really exploded. And more people means more consumption and therefore expanding economies. That apparently, and fortunately for the planet, is beginning to level out. Let's assume that's true. We still have 7.5, 8 billion people in the world. The projections I've seen are that that's going to increase to about 9.5, 10 billion before it levels out. Does that mean that the economies are going to level out? Not so much, because a lot of those people are living in poverty, and one of the other things we see is that the world is getting wealthier and wealthier. So even if the population stagnates or begins to decline, the opportunity for the people of the world to have a better, more robust, more successful, more comfortable life is extraordinary. And that's the direction that, for all the problems that we have in the world, that's the direction that we seem to be going in. And that, in my mind, provides an awful lot of economic growth and easily replaces just the raw number of population. If the country goes down the tubes, if civilization ends, then yes, your investments they're not going to work out. But it doesn't matter where you're invested at that point. And also, you're not going to have your car, your BMW, or anything else if society collapses. So let's be clear about that. So fundamentally, you have to be willing to believe that civilization is going to continue. And specifically, if you're in the United States, you have to believe that the United States is going to continue and to be viable. I happen to believe both of those things. If you don't happen to believe both those things, then my method of investing, or really any method of investing, isn't going to work for you. You probably should have a bunker somewhere and be stocking it with canned goods and ammunition. But that's a choice that everybody has to make for themselves. If you believe that the United States is going to continue, if you believe that civilization is going to continue, then when the market drops, and the market certainly drops periodically, we saw that in harsh relief back in 07, 08, into 09, you have to understand that that is a normal part of the process, and that the market always recovers and it always goes up. And because of that, you don't really have to worry about it. You just have to stay the course. Now, that's a lot easier said than done, because when the market is collapsing, the media is going to be filled with terror and stories. People are going to be screaming, sell, sell, sell. And that's the kiss of death. That's how you lose money. You have to be willing to stay the course. In fact, I tell people that if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to hardwire into your head that you never sell because of what the market is doing. You might sell because you need money, you're living on your portfolio, you might sell a little bit to live on. But if you're going to invest, if you're going to follow the path that I outlined, you have to hardwire in your brain that selling in a market decline, selling in panic is simply not an option. And that's an extraordinarily difficult thing to do in the time. And one of the things that concerns me with the readers of my blog, as an example, I started the blog in 2011. The market has really done nothing but go up since then. Actually, since 2009, it's done nothing but go up since then. I hear a lot of people say, well, of course I'll stay I understand that. I'll stay the course. But unless you've lived through it, it's hard to describe how terrifying it can be. And so that is my one concern, because if you follow my recommendation on how to invest and how to build your wealth, and the market goes down and you panic and sell, my advice will have hurt you. It will not have helped you. So that's a key thing you need to understand, is that you just don't listen to the noise. You don't listen to the panic. You know that short of civilization collapsing, the market is going to recover no matter how bad it seems.